Morning 5A. This will be the first lesson you'll be with me not around. So first lesson will be touching on something new. It's going to be logarithms. Okay, so what is logarithm? Now look at this very closely. Logarithm is actually very similar to indices. And let's take an example at look at this. 2 to the power of 3 equals to 8. And if I'm going to convert this to logarithm, it will look something like this. Okay, we have log with the base power 2, 8 equals to 3. Okay, let's take a closer look at how is this possible. Okay, so let's look at the indices with a 2. So with the base number 2 from indices, if I'm going to convert it to logarithm, it will become the base power of the logarithm. And let's take a look at the next number 8. Okay, now if we want to use the number 8, okay, when we bring over, it will become logarithm of the 8. Okay, it will be side by side with the number 2. So 8 will become the number that we are going to perform the logarithm on. And if we move on to the last number, number 3, okay, the power in the indices is going to be converted to be the answer actually for logarithm, and it appears on the right hand side of the equal sign. So basically there's one way to remember this easily. So starting off, the start point will always be from the left. So we start off from 2, move over to the right and 8, and we move upwards diagonally to the power 3. Okay, so basically the direction is always from left to right and up, becoming the power. Okay, so now the next step is, are we able to convert logarithm back to indices? Answer is of course yes, and we will take a look at how we are going to do it. So same thing, you have to remember the steps whereby we start off from the left to the right. Okay, so take a look at this example. Log base 3, 81 equals to 4. So we will tackle the right first. So the base power 3 will bring up, and the next one will go over to the right. Sorry, just now will be the left. So we go over to the right, it will be 4, and the 4 now becomes the power. Okay, next. Okay, we have 81. Okay, and 81 will be the answer on the opposite side. Okay, now with this, of course, you have to need ample practice in order to perfect this idea. But before we do that, let's touch on something that you need to know. Okay, so for beginning, you are required to know how to solve simple equations that involve logarithm. So take a look at this equation over here. Okay, log base power 5, x equals to 3. So how are we going to solve this? Okay, so the steps will be as follows. Okay, first of all, you have to convert this to indices. So if you are going to apply the same old rule, okay, we will take the 5, power 3, and equals to x. Okay, we will throw the x over onto the right hand side of the equal sign. And once we obtain these indices, I think the answer for x is quite obvious. You just need a calculator to evaluate 5 to the power of 3, and you will get 125. Now with this, I think you can start doing your questions in the textbook. So now it's homework time. Please turn your textbook to page 87, exercise 4D. Okay, do the following questions. Quite easy to remember. Question 1, 2, 3, part A to C. And remember to hand in at the end of the lesson. Do all these questions on a piece of foolscap and hand it up to the relief teacher. With this, I think I will end the lesson, the first opening lesson for logarithm, and subsequently you'll be learning more on it and more laws will be coming. So that's the end of the lesson. See you for the next lesson. Bye bye.